So if you get to the DDtrac mobile data entry screen, you're going to enter your username and password just like you did would do on the main login page. It's the same username and password. If you're taking data a lot on a mobile device, you probably would want to bookmark the DDtrac mobile login page instead of the main login page for DDtrac. Once you enter your username and password, you just want to click login, and that'll log you into DDtrac mobile. Once you log into DDtrac, you're shown a screen, the student names that you have permission to take data for. So this will be a limited list of students that you will want to be taking data for. You'll select the link for the student you want to take data for. For example, if you put your mouse over Daniel Do, and you'll click either the student's name or the little arrow, and that'll take you to the page and that allows you to select the type of data you want to enter for this individual student. And again, the student's name will appear at the top of the screen. You'll click instructional data to take data for your academic or your therapy goals. And when you click instructional data, you're taken to a page that will show you a list of the objectives the student is working on, grouped by goal. So for example, at the top of my screen, I see this is an expressive language goal. I have articulation. If I were to scroll down, I would see other objectives associated with other goals. If I click expressive labeling under the expressive language goals, it'll take me to a screen that will show me my list of targets for this objective. A target in DDtrac is a very specific instructional task the child is expected to learn. It groups the unmastered targets at the top in black, and the mastered targets are below it in blue. So you know what needs to be worked on most. You know the things that the student is doing well at and the things that they are having difficulty with. It also shows a comment about the last time the objective was worked on, so you know when the last objective was last worked on and how well the student did when they last worked on that objective. If you click the name of the target you want to work on, for example, book, it'll then expose the data collection elements for that particular target. So for example, this is a correct, incorrect data collection type. And again, these data collection controls will vary depending on the data entry type you chose. The number of trials, it would show multiple pairs of these if I had chosen a different number of trials. Also, the way the data collection elements will display depends on the device that you'll be using. If you scroll to the bottom of your instructional data entry page, you'll see that there's a drop-down list, and that drop-down list allows you to enter a comment. For example, in this case, I chose good focus. Once I've finished taking data for this particular objective, I'll click the submit button at the bottom of the page, or there's a submit arrow at the top of the page, and that'll save the data back to the DDtrac database and return me to the main instructional data entry page for the student, so I could choose another objective to take data for. It will also check off expressive labeling to show that the expressive labeling objective has had data taken for it. If I click the back arrow, it'll take me back to the main mobile data entry page for this student, and then I could choose another kind of data that I'd want to take data on. So for example, if I clicked behavior data, next I would be taken to the behavior data entry page. The behavior data entry collection screens allow you to enter data for one behavior. The regular data entry screen on the regular DDtrac would actually allow you to enter data for multiple behaviors. So that's one difference between the mobile behavior data entry screen and the regular behavior data entry screen. You can select the date and time for the behavior episode, the behavior that it occurred, in this case kicking, what the trigger was, the location where the behavior occurred, the duration of the behavior episode, and the number of behaviors that the student exhibited during the behavior episode. You can also enter info on interventions, injuries, others involved, consequences, and you can add a comment, all from the mobile data entry screen. Once you've entered all the data you want to document your behavior episode, you're either going to click the submit button in the upper right hand corner or the submit button at the very bottom of the behavior data entry page. You can also take observation data, so it helps you communicate with other people that are working with the student about how the student's doing. Observation data consists of several different pieces. Obviously the date and time of the observation, labels which are used to look at the comments later by label to see maybe if the student, something was going on in the student's life every single time the observation was labeled silly or difficult. And then you can enter whatever observation comment you want, just describing the day. And this would be similar to comments that would be entered in the student's back and forth book. The last kind of thing I'm going to talk about is just look at past observations to see what others have said the last few times they worked with the student. So if you click the past observation link on the data entry page for the individual student, it'll take you to a form that shows you all of the past observations for the last 5 or 6 observations that were entered for that particular student. So it's a good idea actually to go in and look at these past comments before you start to work with the student. So you know if the student's been having any difficulties, if somebody's recommending you work on something specifically with the student, just so you know how the student's been performing the past few times that people have worked with them. If you click the logo, DDtrac Mobile text at the top of every DDtrac screen, or there's a DDtrac Mobile link at the bottom of every DDtrac Mobile screen, that'll take you back to the main homepage for DDtrac Mobile, and it will allow you to select the link for another student. If you're done with your main DDtrac session, you're going to want to click the log out button. That'll log you out of DDtrac Mobile and take you back to the main login screen.